Hey tribe, beautiful soul, hey team, hey shifters. I don't know what you call yourself, but just hey. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's cold in New York, but man, I took a peek outside and I said to myself, I'm going out. So I'm going through the door and I'm passing this office. And then I had this knowing, press record. So here I am pressing record just before I go through the door and breathe. So before I start talking, I don't know, I'm just going to go with the flow right now. I want you to take a pause moment with me just before I talk to you. And this is not going to be long, yeah? I love the 4-2-6 breathing because it allows you, especially people who are not used to being aware of your breath, to count yourself to it. So count 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale through your nose, hold for 2 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it with me. Now let's go. Inhale. That wasn't so bad, was it? Try again. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you do that until you feel completely relaxed. You recharge yourself every single morning. Set an intention before you go through your door, exactly what you expect to experience. Doesn't mean that the world is going somewhere else. It means that what you set your intention on to experience in this world is exactly what you will observe once you are in this aware moment. So I'm going through the door and then I heard this in my mind: the moment your life truly begins. And I'm like, my life has begun. I know myself. No, no, no. Many people don't know the moment their life truly begins. So you're always searching, searching, searching for something. And sometimes I wish I could do these videos in my Jamaican dialect because a Jamaican would say, you're pretty, You're pretty, bubble gum. You're nice, And by the time a Jamaican is done telling you how beautiful you are, you get to that very present state of, oh my God, I am beautiful. And sometimes I want to talk to you in the Jamaican twang. But anyway, so today I want to remind you of something. This is between me and you, yeah? I want to remind you of something that most people forget. Your real life doesn't begin when everything makes sense. Yeah, it really doesn't. Your life begins the moment you stop running from yourself. And what does running from yourself mean? It's every single moment that you take this beautiful breath and you choose to give to somebody else while taking from your own cup. And there's nothing there refilling it because all you think about is fitting in, allowing there to be peace, because to have peace where I am, where I choose to remain, I have to let go of a part of myself. After a while, you find out you don't quite remember who you are, do you? I've done this for so long. My mind can only remember this story that I've told it for so long. And my body just simply allows me to feel the sensation that ripples from what I've told my mind. So I'm always in survival mode. I haven't truly embodied to acknowledge that I have a light that the world needs, even if everything around me is trying to tell me no. Because if I have this breath, this sacred breath, God had a plan for me too. Because in this beautiful universal system that we all are connected on, this beautiful link, we should remember, if a link gets disconnected or it gets pulled off, which is a person who is feeling less than worthy this moment, and you keep passing them by and you don't lend a hand, well, the chain is broken now, isn't it? So we are incomplete as human beings. So your life begins the moment you stop running from yourself by identifying every other human being as an aspect of you. So there comes a time when the universe stops whispering and starts rearranging your whole life. Now, this can show up in so many ways, but it's just doing it to get your attention, because in your heart, you know, I could do a little bit more with my life. I could make better choices from my life. I really would love to have a whole week where I can choose to say no because I want to say no. And what the universe does, it starts to rearrange these things. So you were supposed to step out of a ship. My angels call it ships. So ships, when I say ships, I want you to know it's relationships, friendships, whatever ships. They always say, what ship are you welcoming at your harbor? And it means, what conversations are you welcoming? Is it filling you up? Is it making you feel whole when you're done, or does it deplete you? And if you keep making these choices or of having these ships come into your harbor in your peripheral view, and they really don't serve you and you feel depleted, they're energy vampires. They're just things and situations that makes you feel as if, oh my gosh, I have to shrink my light to fit in, especially when I go around this dysfunctional family, because if I speak up, they're going to say, oh, you act as if you're better than everyone else, so I can't speak too much, or whatever it is. The universe finds a way to get your attention. If it whispers and you don't hear, what it does is starts to scream in ways where somebody all of a sudden is so atrocious to you, you can't stand them. Why are you fighting it? The universe is showing you something that you fail to subtly see. Some of you are in that moment right now. You are not breaking down, you're breaking open. So that's the visual that I got of this busting open, but it's not busted open, you know, like people would say a crap bag. It's busted open with juices and honey and just things that when it runs down, you can put your tongue out. Huh? It tastes good, man. You know, you can say to yourself, yeah, why have I not busted this open long time ago? It actually tastes good. Life really nice without this narcissist. Life is really good without thinking I need to settle. Life's really good without coming here every day and just feeling completely depleted as if I have to rip my hair out. Please don't rip your hair out. So some of you are in that moment right now, and please know you're breaking open, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Now, every confusion, every ending, every sudden shift, it's not punishment. It's your soul saying, it's time. You have outgrown the story you've been living. Oh my gosh, can you just get a new pad and write? See, I always have notepads around me because sometimes I get messages in my head or I have a thought and it's so juicy and it's so good. And listen to me, if I don't write it down, I don't remember. I will not remember it. So I say, give me the notepad. You hear the Jamaican? Because it's nicer in Jamaican. Give me the notepad, make me write it down. Because when you get these moments in time where you're receiving these beautiful messages, it may not make sense now. It'll go make sense later. I learned this the day that I had the NDE. But please, so many people has messaged me in the past so many months. Nikki, man, you had an NDE, you lucky. I wish I had an NDE. No, 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 do that. Let me explain to you what awakening really is. Most of us say, oh my gosh, I need to find a place where I can be, subjugated to substances. And it's good for some people, but it's not good for all. I need to find myself in a space where I have an NDE because I need to have this liberating feeling. Awakening happens when you let go of every single attachment that you think matters in order for you to discover the light that you are. And you embody God. When you look in the mirror and you see an aspect of God looking back at you. Awakening happens not just with NDE. It can happen from the birth or the death of somebody you love. It can happen from a moment of being in an argument and you have just, awakening comes in just a split, sometimes 2 seconds that feels like hours and days. It's like the world pauses in those few seconds and you feel as if you're being breathed by something else, but it's just your awareness of life beyond this physical body that comes online. This happens when you die, yes, because your consciousness is in your breath. So when you stop breathing, your consciousness fails to exist in the physical realm, and it begins to be completely aware of the spiritual realm. That's why everything you do here in the physical hits you like a ton of bricks when you die. But you don't need to go there while you're living to be enlightened. All you need to do is bloody lighten up, they'll say. Your need for lighten up. And it means that you get this experience sometimes in a liberating moment where you finally choose, I don't trust it so much, but man, I feel like I need to speak my truth today. And you finally in that moment surrender to it, and you have this quiet pause. And it does feel like the world stopped, because it kind of does. And you really do feel this breath moving your entire body. And you become aware of something you've never been aware of. That's awakening, where you say, I just spoke my truth for a second and it felt so good. I'm not going to stop doing this again. And you start to speak small truths. Awakening is simply your perception changing, where you look at somebody else and they don't trigger you at all. You become an observer when you're awakened. You don't become a participator. So when things happen, you don't point fingers anymore to say, yeah man, them wrong and them right. May I take this side and may I take that side. You don't take sides when you become awakened. So I don't want people to think, oh my gosh, it's only for special people. It's for every people. But it's just your allowance of, listen, I'm letting go of all these attachments. And attachment doesn't just mean physical things that you touch. You know the attachments that are heavy as heck. Fear, hate, bloodthirst, greediness in there too, greed, doubt, pain, holding on to trauma. You can keep this going because you know the ones that you hold on to. See, my hands keep going and now my hands are done. But let's say I have 2 more hands and keep counting. These are the attachments that you hold on to that tells a story that has now expired. You have outgrown the story. So please don't ask me, Nikki, I want to have an NDE. You don't need one. There's so many other instances in your life where you become awakened because you've let go of these attachments that you think, I need my fear to live. No, you don't. So I learned on that day when I almost died, and my grandmother kicked my bahudi back here, that in that space between the physical and the spiritual, there's no judgment. So why are you judging yourself? Please stop. I used to do it too, but it feels so good when I don't. It feels so good when something happens and I can pause and say, oh my gosh, that was not supposed to happen. Thank you, God, for redirecting me. So I no longer have disappointments. I don't observe things that don't happen, no matter how good I planned it, and say, yes, man, that's it. I don't have those moments again when I start to beat on me, because that's what you do. You beat on yourself to say, why can't I have a relationship and keep it? Why can't I get a job and keep it? Why can't I have conversation? Why don't I have enough friends? Why? And I want you to understand that's judging you. Allow what needs to happen to happen. What is it about me that causes me to feel as if I don't deserve to have a relationship with somebody that loves me unconditional? And you pause for that moment and you start to think about it. Where is this coming from? Maybe it was when I was a child. Did I not feel loved? If I didn't, But that's when I was a child, so I needed to overqualify and earn my love. But now I'm an adult, I don't need to earn my love. So I don't need to earn my love with myself either. I just love me. So when you start to look at yourself in the mirror, you stop judging yourself. Because if you judge yourself so much and you think you're insignificant, you attract somebody who really needs to have somebody to tell them that they're insignificant. Why would you want to attract that to yourself? So you start at ground zero, the angels call it. You are ground zero. Everything that you want outside of this world, You let go of the attachment that tells you that you are less than anything, because you are walking in the light of God, every one of you. Some of you will choose to make choices of darkness, but do you think God is not still within you? In your breath, you breathe. Can the devil give you a breath? Hello? No. So if you're doing these atrocious things, you're not a very kind person, and you're still walking, living, the aspect of God is still within you. That's why they say, God never asks you to come here to be God. God asks you to be the light of God. The angels call it the lighthouse. Because you are not the one who's supposed to judge anyone, let alone yourself. You just be the love, be the light. So in this very quiet space, you find out there's no judgment, no fear, no comparison, no guilt. Oh my gosh. The only thing that's there is truth. And truth hits you like a ton of bricks. But it's truth that burns with compassion, where you can sit and pause and say, oh my gosh, these are the things I did not choose to do for me. So when you become enlightened, you become to observe yourself. You observe the world and everything you called a trigger, and you see it and feel it coming. Because you start to change your narrative in your mind. I deserve, I am enough, I choose to be enlightened. I choose to speak my truth and my power. You retrain your nervous system to start sensing the things coming at you that no longer serves you. So before your phone rings to that one person who usually drags the energy out of you, you start to feel it before the phone rings. You don't know, oh my gosh, how do I know these things? I knew it before it happened. Just acknowledge it. You are just becoming aware of energies, of life, of the expansiveness of who you are. So please today, this beautiful Saturday, you are loved. You are guided. You're never walking through your life alone. Oh my gosh. You never are. If you were to get a visual, and if there's anyone here who has these abilities of seeing energies or seeing the spiritual realm, please comment under here. Don't let me be the only one, because they've told me I'm crazy enough. And this is emotional for me, because when you get to see beyond the veil, as they call it, man, if you get to see the spiritual realm of how much you see light and darkness, not fighting, but how much of darkness you see around you the moment you open your eyes. It's there when you close your eyes, but it doesn't matter because your soul's somewhere else. But when your eyes open, you can... I remember one time my guides allowed me to just visually see myself in this golden globe, in this circle. I called it the shield of God. That's what I called it, because I imagine myself as far as my hands can go, and I always visualize myself within the shield as this wide, all around 360 degrees. And that's my shield of God. This is my shield of awareness. This is my shield where I observe the world. And they allowed me very briefly to see beyond that shield. And listen to me, it was scary as heck, because as long as I am alive, there are hands of darkness stretching at me all day long. And the reason why they allowed me to see this was, hey, the things that we allow you to experience in the physical, like booking your tour, like meeting somebody who's angry, like having what you call a bad day, is because we want you to step up to your awareness of choosing how you want to react to this day. But you better know that you have an army, because you see all these hands stretching at you of darkness. One hand represents death, possibly, premature death. One represents just heartache. One represents doubt. One represents an accident. One represents a friend just telling lies on you. One represents everything you can think of that is not of light of God is stretching at you. As long as you breathe, you have an army that redirects you and protects you as long as you shall live. And we don't really get to see this. And they don't teach this in these schools and temples and stuff. And you need to do it, you lot, because So people understand that they're not walking alone. Too many people you believe that you're walking alone. You're not. But the things that show up in your peripheral view and your forward view, God needs you to taking action towards that. God needs to give you that soul test to see how will you react to this. Will you react with light or will you react with darkness? Because it's pivotal to the evolution of this planet. We came here to explore. So we must have some things that we have to choose to do. And most of us choose not to. How can you just be traveling in this life and you're sitting in the trunk of your car? You don't see where you're going. You don't see who's driving you. So I say to you this morning to be aware. Get your behootie out of the trunk of your car in your life and get up and go to the driver's seat and drive your own life. Why are you having somebody else drive your life? The temple, the religion, the family, the society, the culture, whatever it is. And while you're in the trunk, it's so bumpy and you can't breathe and you feel suffocated and you want to tap into this career and this service in your life. But, oh, I can't do it because my family is going to say I'm selfish. Well, how can you do it at this age? You don't deserve it. You come from struggle, so you must have a hard life. What? I know. I used to think this too. So I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, Nikki's acting as if she's perfect. She knows everything. No, I don't. Remember, I'm the one who cried for 3 whole days for one heartbreak. And I thought my heart was ripped out of me. I still laugh when I think about it. We have our moments, we're a human being, but I want you to know today's Saturday. As you have this weekend, I want you to rewrite your story. And not just write it. I want you to feel what peace feels like. What am I stepping into for the new week that's coming? Because this is my week, you know. I'm claiming it. So if you've been feeling lost, if the old identity doesn't fit anymore, if life has been shaking you up from the inside, and it has for many of you, take the 4-2-6 breath. The one that allows you to feel the moreness of you. The one that allows you to feel your soul expanding. For you to remember, wait, I'm not a body who has a soul. I am an expansive soul that has just allowed itself to be sucked into this very small, confined, limited body, just an aspect of my soul, to express myself the best way I can show up in this life, just the best way. Do not give yourself percentile. I did 100% today. No, I came up today and life gave me what life does. And I stepped forward with my best feet. I did my best today. Not judging myself. I'm not judging people. I don't care about judging them. God does that for me. But I simply showed up today for life. And I put my best foot forward. You're not losing your mind. You're losing your limitations. And isn't that liberating? When you become aware that there's so much more, that everything happening has to be orchestrated, that relationship that you stayed in, man, can't believe I stayed in it for 10 years. But there was something for you to learn in that 10 years that I know that you're out of it now, you'll never go back to. So now you can take this pause moment that you're out of this situation and really look at yourself from above view, in a sense, to say, hey, now that I'm out of that, I know everything that I don't want. Now let me recreate what I do need. So you are awakening, all of you, and you do not need an NDE. This is the version of you your soul has been waiting to become. So that's why you feel this excitement and you're not sure why I'm excited. I just know that something is going to come and I'm not sure what it is. It's your soul giving you just a sneak peek preview, in a sense, of what it feels like even before you see it. So trust it. So for today, just ask yourself one question. And I love this question. Which part of me is ready to come alive today? Feel that. And whatever answer comes first, follow it with courage. Follow it with softness. Follow it with your love, please. You've given it to everyone else. It's time for you to give your love to you for a day or 2 or more. Because your real life, the life your soul chose, it's here, it's online. It's ready for you. It begins right here, right now. And when you decide you're ready, if you want to, you can. So if you're ready right now, all you have to do is hold your hands out You whisper that prayer. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Do you feel that? Do you feel that energy moving through you? Oh God, my strength and my redeemer, I am ready to step forward into my wholeness of wholeness. I am ready to be my authentic self. I now choose to let go of everything that never served me and will never do, because it does not give me joy and peace and happiness. Order my steps, oh God. And so it is. And so it forever will be. Amen. If you're not a religious person, don't call my prayer religious. My prayer is truth. My prayer speaks to the one source of consciousness. My prayer and your prayer and everyone's thought and prayer does not belong in rooms, in anything. It belongs out here in the atmosphere. So your prayer can be heard and it can start to weave the golden thread of creation. You see that dark space that I was in when I was coming back? It's in the womb space where everything is created. In your womb space. Oh my gosh, I had a pre-birth memory and I also had it when I had my regression. I have to talk about that sometime. But in the womb space, you had these beautiful thoughts, ideas of what you wanted to do when you came forward. And as you came forward, I understand that other human beings walking in their own shadows and fears, they impressed upon you, oh, don't do that. That's scary. Don't do that. You might break a leg. And because of that, you started to slowly forget about what they call your imagination. Oh, that's imagination. That's fictitious. That can't be true. But there was a moment in your life between age 1 to 3, maybe age 5, maybe going up to age 7, you knew that everything was possible. I want you to remember that moment today. That's a golden moment. Because that's really how we should have lived life. But society had different plans. Because there were imprints of darkness in society that told us the things that we need to do to be regular and normal people, to be accepted as a human being. That's bollocks. The true human being is the one that already knows what joy feels like. And because of that, they find joy in life every day by just taking a walk for 5 minutes and seeing and feeling and breathing and understanding, oh God, you're so good. And you accept that. So go back to that stage day, that very inner child of you who was most excited about life, about living. Before human beings started to imprint upon you fear, go back to just that one moment today. And I want you to take that piece of you with you every day, where you can see really the disappointments as, oh, it's just an obstacle course. I fell today. Tomorrow, I'll just go again back on the playground. Because if we try to live life only as an adult, severing our inner child, the thoughts, the imagination, the love, the joy, if we try to strip away from ourselves, I have to be an atheist because I don't believe, because this system, that sector, that belief, that whatever you want to call it, hurt me so bad. It's not religion that you need so much where you pull away or abandon anything. You need the aspect of God in you. And then you can talk about the religion that suits you and the places and the practices that suits you. You don't go with an empty shell. Because when you leave, you feel more disappointed because you think God is sitting there to embody you. God is waiting for you to embody that which it is, because you are the aspect of God. You are the light of God. So you need to remember that. And breathe. And remember, today is your day for liberation. So as you go through today's Saturday, take a few minutes and just write what feels most, oh gosh, most liberating to you. And while you're writing it, I want you to feel it. If God was sitting right here, right now, I did this to somebody last night and she laughed the daylights, but it's true. I said, if God is sitting beside you right now and said to you, my child, I give you everything that you think you need. Everything, whether it's cars, houses, whatever it is, money, whatever it is, because we human beings, we ask for some crazy stuff. So all the crazy stuff you could ask for, I give it to you now. And now that you have it, my child, what is the one thing you will stop doing? And the second part is, what will you begin doing right now? breathe, feel, and ask yourself that question. And she did. And when she did, I said, okay, remember you're the light of God. So God just heard you. So for you who just did this practice, God just heard you. God's never away from you. God's right here. So now, what is the one thing? Now that God has given you the awareness that you are already everything, you really don't need anything. Just to go through the struggle and the mud and the pain and the heartache and oh my gosh, I don't deserve. And then when you get to that very quiet, subtle moment of awakening, you realize, oh my gosh, I need to let go of these attachments because I really didn't need anything to prove to myself that I am really already everything that God needed me to be. So what is that one thing you will stop doing now? Is it over-pleasing? Is it saying yes when you need to say no? Is it speaking your small truths and not waiting for a volcano of swallowing your truth to erupt from you and have you just speak the most atrocious things? Is it now being accountable for your emotions so you don't keep saying, I don't know how to control, I'm feeling sad, I don't know how to control my anger? One of these things you need to stop now. And then what's the one thing you will start doing? I will start to choose to be kinder to myself. I will start to choose to speak up for myself. I now choose to liberate myself. I now choose to simply just trust the essence and these beautiful skills, my intuitive skills, my intuitive creativity. I now trust to stand up into this because there's something here for me that gives me joy and peace. And I will be self-sustained just as God sustains the trees and the animals and everything else in nature. Well, I'm a part of nature, am I not? So I trust it. Write it down today. And you promise yourself that you will no longer abandon the aspect of who you are just because you want to make somebody else, something else, society comfortable in your own skin. This skin has nothing on your soul, your spirit. Remember, you chose to suck yourself to try to fit in a very limited body. You didn't come here alone. You suck the light of God in it with you too. You never walk alone and you have an army. Everything you face today that you call disappointment, pause for a moment. You know what? That wasn't supposed to happen. Thank you. Thank you for this redirection. You're late for 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, just breathe, will you? That 5 minutes earlier would not have been the best decision for you. Trust and be your most liberating self. I leave you today because I'm going out for my walk now. This is what the guides wanted you to hear. And you see, I have a hat on. Cool, out the door, cool. And I'm still going to put a jacket over this. So if you're going through your cold moment, just armor up, will you? Put on a jacket of protection for yourself. Because as you go through your seasons of grace, there's always something that carries you through there. Favor finds you in every season. I love you. I got to enjoy my Saturday, and I have to come back for a live with my Soul Deep Academy tribe today at 11:30. So I'm just going to take a 10 or 15-minute walk and back. And we're going to gear up for wonderful conversations. If you have not yet joined our Soul Shift Academy, please do, because we really do have fun. Every weekend we have a live conversation, and we've chosen now, instead of having a topic, to just go free flow where we can just have these conversations. And it's a beautiful ecosystem of, oh my gosh, so many different people who come to the aspect and have these beautiful gifts that's coming online. And if you don't, I will see you right here. Any place is good. Have yourself a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy your time. Bye.